Yeah, Kelsey Mitchell was a flat-out all-star today. Okay, she was an all-star today. And, we're going to start pushing that campaign that she be recognized as one of the better guards in the league. You saw her at her best. I'm happy for her and for us because we were a little, stagnant for a bit in the second quarter, and she just erupted, and everybody just kind of rode that wave, got us going, energized the whole team, and she's capable of that. So I'm just happy for Kels because I know how hard she has worked, and so to see everything come to fruition for her and for us is great. But she's one of our leaders. We're counting on her. She's not going to get 26 every night, but she's a capable guard who's as good as any two guard in our league.
When she gets on a heater like that, how much of it is just her in the flow, and then you all also seeking out? Okay, she did
It's a little bit of both. I mean, there were some set plays for her, and the rest was just manufactured in the flow of the game. And good decisions by our guards getting her the ball, and good decisions for her with the ball in her hands.
And when you think of the way Crystal helped close out the game at point guard, had a few plays there at the end to seal the win.
Yeah, I mean, Crystal was really good tonight. 6 assists, no turnovers. That's a great floor game, really, truly. For someone who just joined us, how many days ago was it? 4 or 5 days ago?
5 days ago, yes.
I mean, but, that's why we got her off waivers, because I knew she was, not just a competent guard, but a smart player. I wasn't as familiar with her as far as her poise and her calm and leadership at the point. I always liked her, but, I mean, she was terrific today. She really was.
I saw the rest of the team kind of surround her and congratulate her at the end of the game. What was that moment kind of like to be one with her and maybe her last game with the team?
Well, it's great. I mean, for any player, when things don't work out in one place and then they can work out fairly well in another, it's good. And I think you just, everybody on our team recognized the impact that she had and how important it was. And, this group is building chemistry already, and it's good to see that because to win in this league, there's a lot of things you need, but one of the most important ones that doesn't show up in a stat sheet is chemistry, and I think you're seeing that. And we got good minutes from some other people tonight. Atlanta Smith did some great things for us. One of the reasons we had her on the floor is that she can stretch a defense, and I told her, I said, Sil probably don't want to come out there and guard that three-point line. So just take advantage, just do you, be yourself. And, she gave us both good offense and defense. I mean, she's a smart player. There's other people too, but I think she was one of them. I thought Tori gave us some quality minutes. And Queen in the second half gave us some good defensive minutes. And that's tough. Sil's a handful. We talked about that pregame. I mean, she ended up with 26, but she had to battle and fight to get all of them because we were collapsing on her. And, a lot of good things today. Just a lot of good things.
You mentioned Queen coming off of an ankle injury like that, filling up the stat sheet defensively with blocks and steals and doing all the little things. What did that say about her and her progression already as a young player?
Well, it's great. One of the things we really liked about her and why we drafted her is, her athleticism, her foot speed, her length. And, I talked to her at halftime. I said, Queen, Sil's experience. She's bulky. Don't get in a wrestling match with her. You got something she don't have. You got better foot speed, and you got just as much length. Those are your assets. Don't wrestle with her. You're going to lose that battle, and you're going to get fouls called on you. Use what you have in spades, which is speed, foot speed, quickness, length. You have the ability to anticipate, and I thought she did a really good job in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of just touched on it. So we pulled obviously 26 points. It seems like interior post players have kind of really excelled so far against you in the first 3 games of the season. How do you obviously got the win tonight, regardless? But how do you kind of change that going forwards, and what are you looking to do to slow down post players?
Well, I mean, to think that you're going to stop a player like Sil, you're not stopping her. That's number one. But our goal was to make her work for everything, and for them to have to get deeper into a shot clock to get her a touch, and deeper into a shot clock to get a quality shot. And I think we accomplished that, for the most part. But yeah, there's things defensively that come through experience. I thought we got better defensively as a team in some areas today than the last time we were on the floor. I mean, we did get better. And we threw some schemes out there that our young group really hasn't spent but 3 or 4 days on. And I complimented them in the locker room afterwards. Like, that's big. You're going from, Washington to, the next one to the next one. They're all different. Each opponent's different. They bring different things to the table, and you got to throw the scouting report out and go to the next scouting report. This one was unique to Minnesota in some ways that we hadn't seen. And to be able to accomplish that in a day and a half, I give a lot of credit to our players for just listening and following what we wanted them to do. And just coming out and playing hard. We played hard the entire game.
Zion got one for Marianne.
Yes, you guys had 23 assists on 31 made field goals tonight. So I just want to know what went into that ball movement and how does that help the team?
Well, I thought our decision-making, other than the first quarter when we had 9 turnovers, most of them horrific, we had some bad ones in the first quarter. And I call a timeout and shoot everybody out. It's like, man, we got to stop this. Those are controllables. And when we control them, we can win this game. And I think, 7 for the rest of the 3 quarters? That's outstanding by any measure. Now, we're not always going to be like that, but we can't have 9 in a quarter, for sure. I think we just settled down. You got to remember that these guys are young, and some things are first. There's a lot of situations and experiences in the game that are first for them. And it's not always going to click immediately, but you learn from experience, and I think we are learning, we are improving. Our goal was to do that every time, and we got better today. And we got better in this game from first quarter to the last 3 quarters, and that's one example. Rebounding was another one. We were letting them get too many putbacks, and I thought once we shored that up, our rebounding improved. And then another one that we've been really harping on is, 3-point shooting. We feel like we can be a good 3-point shooting team. Today, 9 for 20, that's outstanding. We'll take that every day of the week,
And what do you feel like changed going into that second quarter? What really clicked for you to have that big quarter?
Well, Kelsey got going. And our players, between, some sets, we said, okay, she's going, now let's keep feeding that, keep feeding her. Between that and then her just getting in a groove and into a flow, and as the talented player that she is, understanding that she was going to get her opportunities, she just kept playing. And that really ignited the team and gave us a lift when we were sort of floundering a little bit, particularly at the offensive end. And that always gets the team fired up, to see her do it in action, for her teammates to be with her in the trenches, seeing it happen in action. It's hard to describe. Everybody knows that she can play, but to see it unfold, is special. And she energized everybody with that.
Got time, last one, Owen Pence.
Hi, Coach. Owen Pence inside this year. But Destiny and Crystal with 11 assists and 0 turnovers tonight. To have 2 young point guards not turn the ball over, how huge is that?
I didn't know that. That's ridiculous. That's unbelievable. I'd love to just have more of that, please. Thank you. We like our team, and again, we're learning, we're figuring stuff out, and I told our players, what I'm most proud of is that we went and earned that win. Nothing was given to us. We went and took it, we earned it, we worked hard for it, and we got better in the process, and that's all important. We'll enjoy it for the next 24 hours. We have a day off finally, and then it's right back at it, flush it and on to the next. Got a tough one in New York, and then coming back here against Atlanta with a 2-game series. So I don't see anything easy on the horizon, but we're going to enjoy this one while we got it.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, you guys. I
Wonderful.
appreciate you coming.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
you coming out and covering us. Thanks.
We'll have Kelsey and Crystal. Tony, you want to start things off for Crystal?
Crystal, I saw your teammates all kind of mob you and surround you after the game. What was that moment kind of like for you?
It was special. They know what I've been through to start this season, and then that was our first win of the season, so it was all the feels.
I know you said yesterday you just want to play, and to get your first win obviously had to feel great, but to get it against your former team, just take me through how all the emotions felt for you when the final buzzer went off.
I'm still processing all that part of it, but this team has a really good, a lot of potential to be special. We're young, but we're putting all the right pieces together, and we've gotten better each game.
You checked in late in the first, and I realized the second, so you guys kind of went on a big run, and Kelsey really went off
Just the energy, playing off our defense. We were making them miss. We were getting steals, getting wide open layups. And when you can feed off energy like that, the crowd was getting into it. Everybody on the bench was engaged. That's fun basketball.
Obviously, as a point guard, you're looking to get your teammates involved, but when Kelsey gets on a heater like that, it's just like, all right, you just find her where she's at.
Absolutely. I've said since I stepped into the league that she's the hardest person to guard in this league. As far as shooting the ball, first quick step, all that. She has the whole package. So just give her the ball, get out the way.
And then obviously, the first two games you all were in it, kind of made it interesting, but this one you were able to close. So what do you think is the difference down the stretch to get the first one of the season?
Just paying attention to details, and adjustments. We had to, adjust to some things that they were doing, getting the ball into Sill and then not fouling and making it so that they only get one shot and going down on the other end, pushing the ball.
Led the team with 6 assists today. How have you been able to kind of gel with your teammates after only having spent a few days with them still?
They just have great energy. It's fun being out there on the floor with them. They're laughing, cracking jokes. And then this is the same off the court. So they make my job easy. Like I told him, I'm just coming here to play basketball and fit in where I can with them.
Zion got a question on Zoom.
Yeah, you guys as a team really all move the ball well. Do you think that starts with you, and just how important is it for you guys to all share the ball?
Yeah, I don't need the ball in my hands. We want to get the ball, push it up in transition, hit a head man, and get easy layups. And that's what we really capitalized on in the second quarter.
And how do you approach games knowing you're still fighting for a permanent spot in Indiana?
Just do what I do what got me into this league, and I know what makes me successful here, and show my worth that way.
James, go ahead.
Chris, have we shared any tips with Henny just about how to navigate the point guard spot at your similar sizes in a big WNBA where maybe she's not used to the size and speed at this level? Because today you had 6 assists, you had 5, you had a turnover.
I just tell her to stay aggressive. She did a great job of that last game. She did a great job of it today as well. I tell her on the defensive end, pressure the ball. She's quick, just like I am, poke at it. But she's doing a great job. She stepped into the starting role, and it's not easy. Having done it my rookie year, being a rookie point guard out there is not the easiest job in the world, I can tell you that.
Being rookie of the year just 2 years ago, is it weird to kind of shift to being a veteran so quickly in your career?
Yeah, when I hear people saying I'm a vet year 3, I'm like, please stop. Far from it.
Anybody else, anything for Crystal? No. All right.
All
Congrats,
right.
Crystal.
Thank you. Thanks, y'all.
Tony, fire away.
26 points, first win of the season. Kind of take me through how you're feeling after a big game like that.
Right now it feels good. Short-term memory, of course, but it feels good to kind of get in the win column.
What did you feel like changed for you in the second quarter? 13 points in just that quarter that allowed you to get all the shots falling and be in the right spots.
Mentality. I was telling Tully, even him, I was like, for me, it's to shift the mentality and being able to lock in when your team needs you and being able to make adjustments when needed.
Crystal said she thought the energy you guys brought was great tonight. What do you feel like contributed to that, and how do you carry that into future games?
The inability to win. You get tired of losing, you get tired of saying it. Over time, being a professional, being a pro in this league, you get tired of saying the same thing. After a while, it's just more action and less talk. So I think that's where the energy came from.
Crystal said that she believes you're the hardest coverage in the league. Marianne said she was an all-star caliber guard. So how do you view yourself in this season and take another step forward in your career?
I definitely appreciate them saying that. I think I got ways to go, but I'm going to put myself in a position to be in those conversations, of course. All respect to CD. She's a good defender and a good PG. So to hear her say that kind of thing, just kind of shows where I want to go, where I kind of see myself, and what other good players kind of see me. So it feels good, but I got some ways to go.
So you joked with us and said that you had to stay back yesterday to get some extra shots up.
Yeah.
So one, you think it paid off, and then two, can you give us a glimpse of what that feels like to get on a heater and really just pick the team up?
Oh, for sure. Anybody that knows how to be a pro, when it's time to lock in and it's time to get yourself out whatever you think you are. It's that extra work after practice never hurts. Whether I had a good shooting night or not the other night, I wasn't where I wanted to be. So it was on me to kind of settle in and get to where I needed to be. So it felt good to kind of see a couple go in. And, the goal is to keep it going.
Yeah, there in that second quarter, you obviously were scoring the ball well, but also got a couple of assists there in that run.
Yeah.
How are you able to, keep looking for your teammates when you're clearly, making your shots and
Yeah.
have a lot of momentum?
I think when you talk about those all-star conversations and being on all those top-tier teams, top-tier conversations, you got to be able to bring so many different aspects of the game to the game. And although, I hit a couple shots, it's important to also find the people that are also hitting. It's important to find, that rhythm that your team needs, not just you. So I try to, dial in on that aspect of the game all the time.
So you guys surrounded Crystal after the game.
Yeah.
1.6 assists against her former team. What did that moment mean to you guys and to be with her for it?
Me personally, I'm a person that welcomes anybody to the FIBA organization with open arms. That's our thing. That's our culture. That's what we're trying to build here. So for CD and her situation, I don't know, what she's going, what was her thing before here, but it's important to make sure that she felt welcome, that she felt special, and when she got her minutes, is make sure that we were available for her. Not that she talked about it, not that, she had ill intentions or ill will towards them. It was more about making sure she felt what she needed, felt comfortable.
Marianne told us before the game that she provided some scouting on that team. How helpful was that for you guys in this game, especially?
It was very helpful because Seal is impossible to guard. And so down the stretch, CD was just saying okay, so this might come. And she was right every single time. And we was like, thank you, God. Because Coach Reed is really good at, the X's and O's and, finding the right people to get the ball. So it was important to have CD in our corner today.
Zion on Zoom.
Yes, you guys moved the ball really well today. How important is it for you to move the ball and play as a team?
It's very important. I think for us, it's like I said, it's so many aspects of the game that comes available. And so for us, knowing that everybody can get a touch, everybody can get a feel, that means everybody's in rhythm. And, over the course of time for 40 minutes, it's just going to make us a great team and make sure that we win.
What do you think of Queen's performance? 4 points, 8 rebounds, 5 steals, 3 blocks. She did everything.
Yeah.
With an ankle break.
Queen is special. She's a special athlete, a freak of nature as far as her athleticism goes. I'm sorry, and to have her, come off a night where she wasn't feeling the best, her ankle wasn't the best, and then come back today and contribute everything she could possibly, do, and have Alana come in and make sure she, picked up where Queen leaves off. It's kind of it goes hand in hand, and to have her is really special.
Last one, Dion Cash.
Thank you. Congratulations, Kelsey. Incredible night. Two-part question. One, how big was this win tonight? I watched the first couple games. You guys really competed.
Yeah.
Felt like, especially in the second game,
Yeah.
it looked like there might be a chance to win. But how important to get this first win was it tonight for you?
It's really important. It's the very beginning of the season, and we know it's a lot of highs and lows, but to finally get in that win column kind of takes a load off your shoulders because it shows people that we belong. It shows people that we deserve to be in conversations for certain things, and it shows us as the state of Indiana and the FIBA organization that, we're gonna make sure that our people that come and support us, we do right by them. So it's important.
No doubt. Last question. Saw you at Ohio State. You had a burner, and you are transferring into the league. I personally think one of the top 10 players in the league.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You are a leader. You're very welcome. You are definitely the leader of this team. I had said that I thought you guys could be 500.
Yeah.
Playoff berth. Some people was kind of snickering, but what do you see with this team? What do you really see? You think you guys can, possibly get some momentum and maybe make a run here?
That's always the goal, to kind of be in those conversations, to be in the top tier best and be a part of everything that's been talked about when it comes to the postseason. I think for us, we're gonna crawl before we can walk, as far as taking one game at a time and let the chips fall where they may. The one thing I am gonna tell you is that we're gonna compete every night for 40 minutes, and hopefully that leads to wins.
All right, keep doing your thing, boss.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.